Good morning, dear children. I am MP Gupta, PGT Chemistry from Kendriya Vidyalaya, INS Shivaji Lonavala. Today I am going to discuss about the Unit 14 of Class 12, Biomolecules. First of all, we have to know what are biomolecules. Biomolecules, that is the chemicals present in the living system which interact together to form the fundamental basis of the structure and function of the life. The major biomolecules are carbohydrate, amino acid and protein, nucleic acid. These are the complex biomolecule, and some simpler biomolecules which are essential for the life are vitamins and minerals. This chapter is asked for 4 marks in the board exam, and we want to discuss about these points in this chapter, that is carbohydrate, classification based on hydrolysis, monosaccharide, disaccharide and polysaccharides, and reaction of monosaccharide, that is glucose, and the polysaccharides, starch and cellulose. Then amino acids, type of amino acids, their classification, and proteins, structure of proteins, type of proteins, and nucleic acid and vitamins. First of all, carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates, initially it is defined as hydrates of carbon, that is CxH2OY. But this classification, this system of defining carbohydrates is not fit for all the carbohydrates. For example, glucose C6H12O6 can be fitted in this formula C6H2O6. But there are certain compounds which are not carbohydrate but can be fitted using this relation, like acetic acid CH3COOH can be fitted as C2H2O2, but it is not carbohydrate. So this definition is not true for all the carbohydrates. So now the actual definition of carbohydrate is, carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones, are those compounds which yield these, that is polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones, on hydrolysis. These carbohydrates sometimes it may be called as sugar, because the carbohydrates which are sweet in taste also known as sugar. Now the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates on the basis of hydrolysis can be classified as monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. Here saccharide is the name for carbohydrate. Monosaccharides, oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Monosaccharide means the carbohydrates which cannot be further hydrolyzed. That is, these are the simplest carbohydrate. For example, glucose, fructose, etc. This is monosaccharides. Oligosaccharides, this is the carbohydrate which can be hydrolyzed into 2 to 10 monosaccharides. That is the carbohydrates which on hydrolysis yield 2 to 10 monosaccharides. 2 to 10 monosaccharides, which further classified on the basis of the number of monosaccharides obtained on hydrolysis. If there are two monosaccharides obtained hydrolysis, it is known as disaccharides, 3 trisaccharides, 4 tetrasaccharides, etc. The example for disaccharide is sucrose. This is disaccharide, sucrose, maltose, and lactose. These are disaccharides. Polysaccharide, the carbohydrates which on hydrolysis more than 10, large number of monosaccharides, known as polysaccharides. Example of polysaccharide is starch, cellulose and glycogen. So this is a classification based on hydrolysis. Another classification of carbohydrate based on the reducing and non-reducing term as reducing sugar or reducing carbohydrate and non-reducing. Reducing and non-reducing. Reducing carbohydrates or saccharides which reduces tolerance reagents or failing solution. These are called as reducing sugar. It means there is free carbonyl group, either aldehyde or carbonyl group. When there is free aldehyde or ketonic group, that is known as reducing sugar, that reduces failing solution and tolerance reagents. These are all the monosaccharides like glucose, fructose, and some disaccharides also like maltose and lactose. Non-reducing, this is the carbohydrate which does not reduce the tolerance reagent and failing solution. These are starch, cellulose, glycogen and sucrose. Sucrose is a non-reducing sugar. Why these are non-reducing sugar? Because they have no free carbonyl group, either aldehyde or ketonic group. Now we have to discuss about the monosaccharides. In monosaccharides, we have to know about the structure and reaction of glucose. That is very important. The structure of the glucose and reaction of the glucose is asked in the exam. First, glucose, that is preparation of glucose. It is a monosaccharide, molecular formula C6H12O6. It can be prepared by the hydrolysis of sucrose and starch. Sucrose, C6H12O6, C12H22O11, which on hydrolysis in presence of dilute hydrochloric acid gives glucose and fructose. Both have molecular formula C6H12O6. Another method from the hydrolysis of starch. This is the starch molecule on hydrolysis. In the same way, it gives N molecule of glucose. Now the reaction of glucose. Structure and reaction of glucose. For the reaction, the glucose can be represented as, there is one aldehyde group and 4 secondary alcohol and 1 primary alcohol. Glucose, when it is heated with Hi, hydrogen iodide, it gives N-hexane. Glucose on treating with Hi gives N-hexane. This reaction reveals that there is 6 carbon in a chain. When it is treated with hydroxylamine, it gives oxime of glucose. This reaction indicates the presence of carbonyl group. In glucose, there is presence of carbonyl group. When it is treated with mild oxidizing agent, Br2, bromine water, it gives gluconic acid. Gluconic acid. This reaction indicate the carbonyl group, that is aldehyde, and aldehyde, because aldehyde and mild oxidation converted into carboxylic acid. This aldehyde group, presence of aldehyde group can also be proved by reaction with Tollens reagent. When glucose is treated with Tollens reagent, it gives again gluconic acid. When it is treated with nitric acid on oxidation with strong oxidizing agent, that is nitric acid, it gives saccharic acid. This reaction reveals that the presence of one aldehyde and one primary alcohol, both are converted into carboxylic group. When glucose is treated with acetic anhydride, Ac2O, this can be written as Ac2O, that is CH3, CO twice O. Acetic anhydride, it forms penta-acetyl derivative of glucose, that is penta-acetyl derivative of glucose, indicating the presence of 5-hydroxyl group. So, in this way, the glucose can be considered a presence of one aldehyde group and 5-hydroxyl group, in which one is primary alcohol and 4 are secondary alcohols. Dear children, just we have studied about the properties of the glucose. On the basis of the reaction of glucose, the structure, open chain structure of the glucose was given by the Fischer. This is the spatial arrangement of hydrogen and OH group, this carbon atom. This is the structure, this known as open chain structure, that is Fischer formula of glucose. Actually, glucose exists as D plus glucose, where D is related to the configuration, not related to the stereochemistry. It is not related to the specific rotation. D is taken from the D-glyceraldehyde. It is the structure of glyceraldehyde, CHO, CH, OH, CH2H. The smaller group at the middle one here, the second carbon, in the left side is known as D. If the larger group to the left side, it becomes L. That is D-glyceraldehyde. L-glyceraldehyde, for L-glyceraldehyde, here will be OH, here will be H. So, here this is from the D-glyceraldehyde, that is why the D word is used, D letter is used before the glucose, D for this is configuration. And here plus sign indicate the optical rotation of glucose. This plus may be written as a small d, that is the dextro-rotatory, or plus dextro-rotatory. If it is minus, it will be levo-rotatory. But this structure of glucose cannot explain few reactions. Although it explains a number of the properties of the glucose, but cannot explain few properties of the glucose. The few properties, like, as we know, there is presence of carbonyl group, and this carbonyl group is aldehyde. And for carbonyl group test, we have two tests to know the presence of carbonyl group in organic compound. This is 2,4-DNP test and reaction with sodium hydrogen sulfide. When the compound is treated with 2,4-DNP, it gives orange precipitate, or when it is treated with sodium hydrogen sulfide, it gives yellow precipitate. That is the presence of carbonyl group. But when glucose is treated with 2,4-DNP, it does not give orange precipitate, or it does not give the yellow precipitate with sodium hydrogen sulfide. It means what? This free, there is aldehyde group, but it is not free. Second one, as I have already discussed here, the pentacetyl derivative, formation of pentacetyl derivative of glucose. When pentacetyl derivative of glucose is treated with hydroxylamine, it does not form oxime. It means the CHO group is not free. So the another possible structure of the glucose is cyclic structure. There is linkage between the 5th and C1, this one, and the two separate structure can be drawn for the hemiacetal form of the glucose that form the cyclic structure of glucose. Now the cyclic structure of glucose, these are two cyclic structure of glucose which satisfy the property, all the property of the glucose. There is linkage between C1 and C5 giving two hemiacetal structure. One is alpha D glucose, another one is beta D glucose. In alpha D glucose and beta D glucose, these are differ only at C1 configuration of OH. In C1 there is left side hydrogen, and in C2 there is OH is in left side. These two are known as anomers. These two isomers are known as enomer of glucose, differing only the configuration of hydroxyl group at C1 at carbon number 1. The cyclic structure in the form of ring can be represented as pyranose form. This is the pyron ring or pyron. The glucose, these two cyclic structure can be represented in the pyron known as alpha D-glucopyranose and beta D-glucopyranose. It is very easy to draw this structure if you know this structure. For example, alpha D-glucose, first we draw this structure, then there is the number of carbon atoms C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. This is C6. So first we draw the skeletal like this, and number here carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at these sides, left side is written at top and right side group written as bottom. This one HOH, HOH, second carbon HOH, HOH. Similarly, if you write these substituent, we get this structure. This is known as alpha D-glucopyranose. And in beta D-glucopyranose, this is the structure. These differ only at C1. Here hydrogen is left side at C carbon C1, and in this OH is left at C1, OH and H. These two forms are known as alpha D-glucopyranose and beta D-glucopyranose. These structures are generally asked in the board exam. Write the cyclic structure of glucose. So this can be drawn using this first, the hemiacetal form of the glucose. Now the disaccharides. Disaccharide, we have three examples.